In the final stages of World War II, the Japanese city of Hiroshima was bombed by United States of America. $96,000 people immediately died. Now the death toll wasn't restricted to that day. 4 to 5 years after this Hiroshima tragedy, there were many people who were getting affected by the fatal leukemia and other cancers. Now, what was the reason for the sudden surge in people getting affected by cancer? Well, due to radiation exposure and radioactive contamination, there is change in the nucleotide sequence of DNA. See, there's a change in the nucleotide sequence, and this process is known as mutation. Now, we know that DNA codes for RNA in the nucleus, and the RNA codes for a protein which gives character to a cell and then to the body in final. Now, if the nucleotide sequence change, then the DNA sequence will change. So the corresponding RNA will change, and finally the proteins formed from the RNA can be of abnormal variety, causing cancer. Now, this cancer was caused by mutations in the body cells, and so this type of mutation is known as somatic mutation, where somatic comes from the word soma or body. Now, the death toll of the Hiroshima tragedy was not limited to 5 to 7 years after the incident, but 2 generations after the incident are still suffering from its ill effects. Newborn babies are getting born with bone deformities, but they do not have the cancer that had affected their previous generation. Now, why did the cancer not get passed to the next generation? Where did the DNA get mutated so that these bone deformities took place? Well, the mutations took place in the reproductive cells. This is the male reproductive cell, the sperm, and this is the female reproductive cell and the ovum. So, mutation in the chromosome of ovum and sperm cells caused these bone deformities, which were inherited by successive generations. The previous generation was affected by cancer, which spread throughout the body. This cancer did not get inherited by the next generation. But this generation got bone deformities which were carried forward to the successive generations. Well, so from here we can understand that the types of mutations that caused these problems were different. Whereas the body cell mutation is known as the somatic mutation, and it does not get passed to the next generation. The mutations that had formed in the sperm or the ovum are known as germline mutations, and these mutations get carried forward to the successive or the next generation. Now, are radiation and atomic contamination the only cause for cancer? No. Smoking is really injurious to health because smoking can cause mutations that are responsible for lung cancer. So stop smoking immediately because it can form lung cancer.